You're listening to School Counseling Simplified, a podcast with easy-to-implement strategies for busy school counselors. Here's your host, Rachel Davis from Bright Futures Counseling.
Hey listeners, let me let you in on a little secret. You don't have to stress about planning your class lessons, small groups, and individual sessions anymore. My school counseling membership program, Impact, is here to help. So, what do Impact members get? Monthly curriculum plans across all 3 tiers, SEL lessons, small groups, individual, and seasonal activities, step-by-step video implementation guides, bi-weekly Zoom coaching calls with me, and an exclusive Facebook group community. This membership is designed for school counselors who want to deliver the best possible content to their students, but who also want to just press the easy button. You'll get access to monthly curriculum plans, resources, support, and community so you can deliver quality, engaging, life-changing counseling lessons to your kiddos. So what do you think? Are you ready to make an impact? Join today at stressfreeschoolcounseling.com/impact. Hey there, thanks for listening to another episode of School Counseling Simplified. Happy National School Counseling Week. Yay! So if you didn't know already, National School Counseling Week is this week, started yesterday, and I am here to talk to you today about how you can celebrate, even if you're a solo counselor. So to be honest with you, when I first started counseling, I loved my first school. The district was amazing, and they had great support for counselors, and it was just awesome. But for some reason, we never celebrated National School Counseling Week. Like, none of the counselors really talked about it. I don't know. It just never really came up. So when I was at the international school in Costa Rica, I decided that I wanted to, really celebrate it and bring awareness to it. But the only problem was I was a solo counselor. Like, we weren't in a district. It was just a private, independent school. And I was the only counselor. So I felt kind of weird and like self-promotional talking about School Counseling Week, kind of like, everyone give me recognition. So if you're feeling that way, if you're feeling awkward or you're not sure what to do to celebrate, I wanted to give you some ideas today. Because even if you're a solo counselor, you don't have to make it about you. You can focus on the program as a whole and the profession as a whole, right? So don't really make it like, look how awesome I am, even though you are awesome and totally deserve recognition. But you want to just bring attention and awareness to the profession as a whole and your counseling program. So how I did this when I was at the international school was I just made up a quick little fact sheet of some programs that I was implementing. If you head over to my Instagram, I'm posting it, so you can actually go see it over there. But the fact sheet said things like how many groups that I was running or had run that year, individual students seen, class lessons delivered, number of students helped, like hours spent doing this. It was just to raise some awareness, right? So I put it in the lounge. We had like 2 staff lounges. Put the thing in the lounge, and then I grabbed some donuts, and I made it kind of donut themed. It was like, I do not know what I would do without your support. Happy National School Counselor Week. And I put like in parentheses international because it was kind of funny because I was in Costa Rica, but we were a U.S. accredited school. So either way, I added cupcakes, and then I had the fact sheets, and that was about it. I was just spreading awareness. It's something simple you can do, so don't feel overwhelmed. That's all I did that year, but I do have some more ideas for you if you want to dig a little deeper. First up, head over to ASCA website. They have all kinds of stuff, including a photo challenge. I'll be participating on Instagram this week as well. You can head over there at Bright Futures Counseling to check it out, but they have some photos, some posters you can print and write on. I think the themes are like how you can collaborate with other professionals, and you can take pictures of yourself doing those, using their hashtag. That's a fun way to participate and really spread awareness. Another thing you could do are shoutouts. So get on your school intercom in the morning, and maybe, whoever does the announcements, you could have them read some fun facts about the counseling program, or you could hop on there and share some fun facts. Make it like a celebratory fun thing. If you don't want to do the intercom, or if that's not an option for you, you could do a newsletter. So you can send out, if you do a weekly or monthly newsletter, be sure to mention that it's National School Counseling Week. You could also just throw this on your school's website or send an email out to everybody letting them know the awesome services you're providing. Something else you could do is a data wall. So I talk about data walls a bit, and I really think they're cool. It's a powerful way to showcase your data, things like the services that you're providing, right? You can include some anonymous student progress on there as well, like students before my group thought this, now they think this. So it will be a data wall displayed publicly, so you do want to keep it anonymous if you are using any student data. But this is a great way to showcase those services that you provided. So similar to the fact sheet, but just in a bigger and prettier way. Decorate a bulletin board. Now, of course, you could do this outside your office, but it would be really cool to do it somewhere super public, like at the front office so parents could see it, or maybe in the cafeteria or multi-purpose room, or you could do it in the staff lounge as well, kind of showing off your program. Now, the reason we like to do these, one, we want the recognition, right? Let's, be honest. And we want people to see that counselors are valuable and needed. And we want them to remember this when they're, looking at budgets or thinking of hiring more counselors. We want them to really understand the power of our program and the huge results we have. It's also a great way to remind teachers and parents of the services you provide. So sometimes we assume that everyone is familiar with the referral process and they know what we do and how we can help their student or their child, but that is not always the case. If they see this data wall or this bulletin board or something, they're probably like, oh, small groups. She does small groups? I have a kid who'd be great for that. Or, oh, she does class lessons? I want her to come in my class. Something like that. So you never know. It's a great way to communicate what you do, the services you provide, and the powerful effect that they're having. Another thing you can do is a parent letter. So send parents home a letter, just kind of, reintroducing yourself. Maybe you did this at the beginning of the year, but now it's February. Just kind of say, hey, reminder, I'm the counselor. Here's some information about my program and services I provide. Here's how I'm supporting your child at the Tier 1 level. Here's just a little more about me and my program. And lastly, you can do a teacher training. So this would take a little more planning, but this is a way that you can extend your reach without physically being in the classrooms. Because I know many of you say that you feel stretched too thin when it comes to doing those class lessons. And maybe you're going in once a month. I know that's what I was doing, but once a month isn't that much, right? So I'm sure you wish you could do more, but realistically, it's just not available to you. So what you can do is you can kind of train teachers how they can help students regarding simple SEL strategies. So do a teacher training, maybe see if you can hop on at the end of a staff meeting, teach a few simple SEL strategies that the teachers can then use with their students, so they're kind of getting that SEL arm out there without you physically having to be there, right? That way you're able to be in more places than you actually physically can be. Now, if the presenting at a staff meeting sounds kind of overwhelming, I know it does to me, you could always do a quick video series, so record a little video teaching these strategies and send them out to teachers. That's a great option, especially if you're virtual as well. Okay guys, so this was a quick episode. I just wanted you to see how you can celebrate National School Counseling Week at your school this week, even if you're a solo counselor. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm proud of you. I support you, and I can't wait to see what you're doing. Tag me on Instagram at Bright Futures Counseling. I would love to see your data walls or your cupcakes or whatever you decide to do. Okay guys, have an awesome National School Counseling Week.
Thanks for listening to School Counseling Simplified. You can find the links from today's episode in the show notes. If you'd like to connect with Rachel, she's on Instagram and Teachers Pay Teachers at Bright Futures Counseling. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any episodes of School Counseling Simplified. Talk to you next week.